afternoon. Happy Wednesday. I'm Mike. That's Reg. This is Indeed. It's the place where we get together every Wednesday evening to talk about independent wrestling with independent wrestlers or people, just that do shit in the space. But we're back. We had a week off last week, Reg. I hope you're feeling better. How you doing, man?
It's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster in the building, media man. You know all my taglines, all my things. I am feeling better, Mike. Thank you for that. Still got a lingering cough. You know how these things happen these days. Also could be from these other things that I do. They all mix up together, so I never honestly really know. But I'm happy to be back. Independent wrestling. It's Indeed. It's been a lot of great independent wrestling going on. And today I'm even more happy because we got a homie joining us today. Very excited about this. My friend Darian Bengston is in here to do the thing and tell us all about all the great things he's been doing recently and that match with Alex Shelley. We're going to get into it. Let's do it.
Darian, how are you doing? Welcome to the show.
I was great till that. Oh, man, I was blindsided by that.
That's how I do. I just like to throw curveballs. I like to throw alley-oops, things of that nature. What's up with you?
I'm soul searching. I'm fighting off the depression of that match not happening.
Listen, sometimes you pray, there's dreams, you're on your knees, you say, this would be great. And, it doesn't happen all the time. But then, a door, what do they say? A door closes and a window opens?
Mm-hmm. Another one opens. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that kind of happened for you, right?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I just saw a match graphic announcement that you're going to be featured on Ring of Honor television tomorrow. That's a big deal, right?
That is. Me and Robbie Eagles, one-on-one.
Which is also sick.
Yeah, so this is very, what's the word? This is very all like, there's a word. Serendipitous, that's it. Mm-hmm. So I guess to catch up people who don't know, yes. The weekend I was supposed to wrestle Alex Shelley. He was on West Coast Pro, and wrestled Alpha Zoe.
Yes, sir.
And right before his match, this was the week when all of the Delta craziness was going on. Got the notification. I forgot what that thing was called, but so basically, his only fight in 24 years of wrestling is canceled on the day he's going to wrestle me, and that's
Can you believe it?
That's just great. But also serendipitous to that is that night, I believe Kevin Blackwood was supposed to wrestle Robbie Eagles, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And Robbie couldn't make his flight for that show. So me and Robbie, being the two people completely displaced and missed out because of these flights, end up wrestling each other exactly a week from when we were supposed to have our respective matches. And I get to take out all the bitterness I have about missing the Shelley match out on September 8th on Alpha Zoe himself. So I feel like everything's coming up Bengston right now. That's how I feel about it.
Full circle.
Where are you wrestling? Where are you wrestling Alpha Zoe?
Grap House.
Grap House,
Las Vegas.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, the collab show.
I'm an idiot. I tweeted this and I was like, wow, this is like the Indeed Bowl.
Honestly, remember we saw the graphic and we were both like, "Oh yeah, totally. This one makes so much sense."
Yeah. Look, Bengston has already experienced my brain in real time today. I gaslit him before the show. We thought his headphones weren't working.
Classic Mike.
Because he's like, I can't hear you, and it's because like 2 minutes before he got in here, I got up to take a piss and I muted my microphone and I forgot to unmute it when I came back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just full time. He's thinking his shit's all fucked up and it's
unreal.
No. Yeah, it was just me having a dumb stoner moment. Yeah, it's good time. It's a
great time.
Let's talk. I want to talk about catch flow. Explain catch flow to us.
Yes.
Yeah. So catch flow is basically the name I've given to the way that I wrestle in particular. I was looking around the people around me and the other people that I was finding my name being thrown up in the same conversations as, right? A lot of those were the Lee Moriartys of the world,
Mm-hmm.
Fedoras of the world, the Jonathan Greshams, and whereas Lee has like Tiger Style, which is like his version of grappling plus a lot of like Jeet Kune Do, like Bruce Lee style things, like all morphed into one. Trish had like Afro Tech, like she had like her own way of doing things, and hers is very like Yabe centric and stuff like that. Well, I was looking at all of my influences and whatnot, and I'm like, okay, well, I am from the source, British trained, world of sports style, whatever you want to call it. And I think, styles makes fights. The most important thing in what makes a wrestling match interesting is the way that these two different people interact with each other. So I felt like the more clear I defined the style of what I did, the better to give people an idea, especially because technical wrestling has a bad rap for being boring or like kind of, like you have to really like do this kind of turgid pace type thing. Whereas like for me, everyone always says like, oh, you make technical wrestling fun, you make it exciting. Like, and part of that is just like, if I treat technical wrestling like it's my fireworks and I really, really, really obsess over the detail and the stuff. And, it also goes back to like hip hop, right? Like rap, like flow, like I have, cash flow, like that was kind of my thing of like combining all of my interests. There's very much like if pro wrestling and if World of Sport was the Harlem Globetrotters, like I'm the and one update to the Harlem Globetrotters,
Wow.
That's really like I try to capture in that.
That's
hell of an analogy.
I'm saying that was insane. You took us on some rides there. I have a few questions off of that. Well, a bunch of questions off of that. Honestly, when we've had a few conversations before and I've gotten to pick your brain, what makes you look at wrestling the way you do? Because it's different than the way that other people do. When I talk to other wrestlers, it's kind of just like, bare meat and bones of what the business is, but you're looking at it from a whole different way and you're presenting it a whole different way. Where did that come from?
I think where that comes from primarily is from all of my life leading up to wrestling, right? So a lot of people know I have a master's degree in classical acting with an emphasis in Shakespeare, and kind of some of the trials and tribulations I found in being in that path were bodies and people who looked like me or who were different from the customary mold that was in that. We're having a hard time giving opportunities to really show what we were about, right? A mentor of mine used to say, like, making curry. Like, how do you make a delicacy with the scraps that you're given? And sorry, let me not go behind curtains too much. So
not all the way back there.
Yeah, but basically, like, if I'm not, I'll put it in a way that I think you'll get me. If I'm not allowed to do everything that I really could do and am capable of because of someone above me restraining what I'm allowed to do, then how can I still make that fire if I'm only allowed to do this much? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that being a lot of my first exposure to wrestling, because if you look at whatever about me, like I have about 5 months of training in the UK. The pandemic hits, and then like my 5th match ever is like AEW Dark getting killed by Powerhouse Hobbs, right? Like, right. So, I had to learn real quickly of like, oh, what do I do when I wrestle a Hobbs or a Lance Archer?
And that's crazy, Darian, because I remember that match, and by that time I thought you had already been out here, and that was your 5th match.
I think it was, I think it was sub 10 matches.
I remember that I remember everything about that. And I thought you had already been out here. That's crazy.
The pandemic era of like AEW Dark and everything was crazy. Because like some of the extras are like, or like people they bring in for Dark are just literally like, it was who was like tested, there. Like, testing negative and available and, able to even drive or come by.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's this weird thing of like, and Hero talks about this a lot. This isn't anything I've come up with, but the thing about the indies now is that pre-pandemic, you have kind of like the independent gold rush of NXT and AEW and everyone else, signing kind of all of the independent wrestling stars. And so what ends up is that you have a brand new crop of kids
Yep.
who don't really have that many vets on the scene to like teach them stuff and are like having to innovate and figure it out from scratch. So I think like this current kind of crop of people who've only been wrestling for like around the like, I don't know, 1 to 5 year mark is about what I would say is around that time. I think have very interesting paths in careers thus far, just because like the landscape is unlike it's ever been before.
Oh, absolutely. I think Billy Starks is like a perfect example of that.
Mm-hmm.
Her whole career has essentially been like 6 or 7 years.
Right.
You know,
And we've seen it all. That's the
we've seen it
craziest
all.
part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's especially having having the kind of access to just go get yourself locked away in some training.
Mhm.
When everyone's locked down in a pandemic, and it's like you find your like little circle of people that you can get access to a ring with, and it's it was cool to see what everyone came up with in those little like they were almost like mini camps of people like
Yeah, there were. Yep.
training during lockdown. So it was really cool to see what came out of those.
It's crazy the parallels what you're speaking on, Darian, the parallels of always hip hop and wrestling, on how now there's a bunch of young rappers who are kind of, there's no vets spitting game to them, because that's like, we've gotten to this weird place where everybody's me. So like they're just coming, they have to like carve their own ways because nobody's telling them the game. And wrestling's sorry you guys, wrestling's exactly the same, where it's like there's all these young kids. I see them on every show that are like, I trained over here, but I'm over here doing this, but I'm over here doing this, and it's no really like structure. It's scary
At all.
Yeah.
At all. It's like, and for me, it's a double-edged thing, because like I'll be on a show and people will be like, all right, yeah, and if you guys have questions, like go ask Bengston. And I'm like, go ask me? Like what do I know? Like I'm 4 years in, you know what I'm saying? Like dog, I've only wrestled yeah, like bro, I'm 4 years in, I'm like 150 matches in. What do I know? Like,
right, yeah.
You know? But you know, the double-edged thing to that is like I do end up at least filling that role, in the sense of like, okay, if I'm the person that people are looking to, of like, how do we structure in the midst of the chaos? Like, I want to kind of do the best to like pass on what was told to me by my vets, you know, the people that I can't consider vets, or my coaches or whoever, and kind of be like, all right, I don't know nothing, but the people who do know something have told me this, and I need y'all to like apply this as well, right? Because clearly there are results, and they did things the way they did for a reason. And I think marrying that new innovation to the structure and the formulas that already exist is like, that's where the money is.
I think what also was why I thought that way about you when you were with Hobbs already is because you had already been training, and like you had gotten to this like from student to trainer like really quickly. Also, like how did you get from I've only been in the business for this long to I'm running classes, or I'm helping people in their infancy like become something?
So I think all it is I'm very lucky, in the sense of like, so many people's paths in the wrestling industry are completely unguided, right? Like it's such a hard industry. Even now, even, you know, secrets out or no secrets out, it's still very hard to get in and find people who are willing to really like tell you the answers that you need. And so for me, I think coming from England automatically meant that I knew just ways of doing things that other people didn't know, just because they weren't exposed to it. You know, you wouldn't know what you wouldn't know. And so it wasn't so much as that like I was more seasoned or anything, but I was able to, like I said, communicate my OG, my vets, you know, way of doing things to people who had never even been able to look at it from that perspective. My original trainer, Greg Burridge at the London School of Lucha Libre, him and Gary Van Horn were like so good about making you understand the why of everything, and how to kind of spin things on their heads and invert them, and innovate and create in interesting ways. And so I think it was just that was like, I was looking at it more as an artist, as a dramaturge, than as, you know, this is the thing that people do in training. So when a lot of people do train with me, which I don't like run a school or anything, but it's just like, other hoopers who can hoop, picking up some new stuff, rolling around with me type things,
Sure.
So I think that's just what it was. Is like, I get that coming from England, and then at some point, getting to train under QT Marshall, who is like, I'll say till forever is the most underrated wrestler probably ever. Like, is just so good.
Fan.
He's unbelievable. Like, genuinely, not just saying it because he is a coach of mine or a trainer of mine. Like, he's unbelievable. And getting to, again, like pass on the things that he knows, or getting to train with Dave Taylor and learning world of sport from the source and like the reason why they did it and why they were good. Like, it's one thing to watch something and, try to replicate it. It's a whole other thing to know the why of something and to do something for and with a purpose. And so I think I was just able to like offer a perspective to people who just hadn't had the opportunity before,
You mentioned England a few times now. So,
Yes.
I kind of just want to get more into that. Please, elaborate on the training in the background there.
Yeah. So
what inspired that? What inspired you to go there?
Yes.
So really, I wanted to pursue Shakespeare and pursue acting in general and get better at my craft. So I went to the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama in Swiss Cottage, London, England. It's part of the University of London, and got my master's degree there, and was signed to an agency, and was just living in England as an actor and as an artist. And through that, there's a whole bigger, longer story, but essentially my agents end up like pointing me towards some like sports modeling stuff. I had an invitation just from a friend to come to a wrestling show. And I mentioned it to my agents, and they're like, "Oh yeah, definitely go. Like, we have a wrestler on our books already. It'll be cool." Little did I know that Anthony Agogo from Shane Taylor Promotions, he and I were in the same agency. So I show up, we meet, and then didn't know for like another month and a half that we like worked for the same company and everything. So that's how, like, I wasn't planning on wrestling. It kind of fell in my lap. But then when it did, I was the American guy that lived in England and started wrestling in England. Because that was a place I was going to live for the rest of my life. But when the pandemic hit, they shut down the embassy, so I couldn't renew any of my visas or anything. So it was one of those things where they're like, "All right, dog, like, you got to go home." My parents live in Kansas City, but I was like, I am not going to be the guy that goes home and just like kicks it at the crib with my parents until whatever. So I was like, I got to get up. I got to get going. The Go-Go was moving to Atlanta, and he was like, "Yo, mate, like, if you're free, move in with me. We'll train together. We'll figure it out and go from there." So like, he's the reason I come to Atlanta and, do X, Y, and Z. So that's kind of how we get from England to here.
Wow.
What's your relation? Do you guys still, have a good relationship when he's back over stateside?
Absolutely. I don't get to see him as much anymore, but yeah, that's still my dog. That's my older brother and everything.
Excellent. Speaking of brothers, got J-Rose who popped in the chat earlier. Hello, I might pop in. I don't know. Scrambling to announce stuff. Yes, because there are some NAP announcements that came out this week. And also, you said you're spitting, and you share the exact same views. That was probably on the 5-year and under club.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. Hi, J-Rose.
Hey, J-Rose.
Announce my match.
Yes, announce that match. Oh, Darian, talk to us about the relationship with NAP and your involvement.
Yeah, without Naptown All Pro, there is no Darian Bengston as you know him today. J-Rose, I believe, met me at Black Wrestlers Matter 2 in Des Moines, which was the only time I've ever wrestled in Iowa, which is crazy. That's my home state. But
a black wrestler show in Iowa. There's a lot of interesting elements there.
I could give you listen. All right. As a black man that was born in Iowa, I could give you a lush history lesson in our racial disparity in that state. Sure. Straight up Waterloo, Iowa, or like where I'm born, until I think literally 2 years ago, had the biggest racial disparity of any city in America, period.
And you said 2 years until 2 years ago.
Until like 2 years ago. Yeah, it's
crazy.
It's a whole thing. But anyway,
after the pandemic, like
Yeah.
Like
After they were
that's
like, all right, let's work on it.
crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. Oh my god,
They're like, oh, maybe we're all not so bad.
the world we live in is wild.
It's very crazy. But I think that's where we met the first time. I had a match there against Doc Simmons. And that was kind of when people, so that was the week after the Hobbs match.
Okay.
So that's like the kind of timeline we're running on. So again, like this is still maybe like within 10, 15 matches for me.
Unbelievable.
We meet there. Everyone assumes I'm a Midwest guy, although at this point I've definitely moved to Atlanta. And that's the thing. So I'm commuting like 24 hours round trip up to the Midwest every weekend to try and wrestle, just because the Southeast scene was what it was at the time.
Is it you and a crew or just you?
Just me.
Oh,
Like 100,000 miles on my car in like a year, dog. Like I was
Wow.
killing myself.
Oh my God.
But it's what I had to do to get on. Like if I didn't have that, that's like genuinely like a year, almost 2 years of me not doing anything if I'm not getting in that car. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to do what I had to do. And now I'm like reaping the benefits of it. At the time, dog, it sucked. Crazy. But like now, you know, it's paying dividends. And
Now you're like, oh, that was worth it, I think.
You've got you've got the willingness to sit in a car that you would thrive in Ontario, because it's the highway of doom here, where it's like there's Niagara area, 40 to me, another hour to Toronto, another hour to Oshawa, and then 4.5 hours to Ottawa.
Yeesh.
Hey man, I'm doing it. I'm hitting them roads.
Like and also you go like an hour or two north of Toronto and you get to like Barrie as well. But like that is Ontario. And then you have to drive 28 hours to the west to get to Canada.
I'll do it. Put me in Canada now.
But it's also cool because like Ottawa, like there's Ottawa, and then 2 hours away from Ottawa is Montreal, so it's not like that bad once you're there either.
Once you get somewhere.
Yeah, but it's like you have to be in one of the hubs, or you have to drive 5 hours from hub to hub, and it's like, oof. Which is basically what I'm doing like next week. I'm doing one place that's 45 minutes from my house, and then that's actually this Sunday. And then Thursday. So next Thursday, I'm going to Toronto to see Blink-182, which
sick.
It'll be the first time I've ever seen them. Finally.
Wow,
yeah. So that's wild. And then the day after that, I have to go to Ottawa, and then the day after that, I have to come like 4 hours back the other way from Ottawa, and then the day after that, I have to go like 3 hours. Like basically come home and then go an hour farther from my house the other way.
You're doing a
Is
whole
anybody
tour.
gonna get a big boot in any of these runs?
I don't know. Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. But do have a way to get to Nap, you know. So I have established that now.
Oh yeah.
No, not for you. J Rose really wants me to big boot someone. He found out how tall I am, and he's just like, you need to hit someone with a big boot.
You got to big boot someone, right?
I don't know. I guess it's who? Not Darian.
I mean,
hey.
I'm not about to get twisted up in a pretzel when he catches my leg.
I'm sure Darian has taken a lot of pump kicks now that I'm thinking about it.
Dog.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh my God, he's taken so many.
It's hey man. Pump kicks, I will say like 2019 to like 6 months ago, the pump kick was like, oh my God. We get it.
I got it.
Fire move.
Shout out to all the black women wrestlers who all love it. I don't like it's like we're a black women wrestler. Let me learn the pump. That's like the first move out there. I'm like, what is this about the pump kick that every black women wrestler, that's their spot?
I'm a big fan of like the crescent kick, leg lariat sort of thing. I like that.
That's what the sign like one. But
yeah,
training with Jade, dog. Jade has given me at least 3,000.
That's what I said. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I know he's taking so many of those kicks.
That's beating my ass, man.
Insane. You know what else you've taken that made me really, really happy, because it's one of the best moves in all of professional wrestling, and I never get to see it anymore? The fucking awful waffle.
Dog. Okay, I'm so glad you brought that
Darian
up. That's like,
Darian Bengston is an awful waffle survivor, and
Mhm.
I'm so happy.
it's to me, genuinely, Awful Waffle is probably the best move of all time.
It's the best,
so
yes.
cool.
Yeah.
And like that, to this day, career highlight for me was I took the Awful Waffle in like a 12,000 seat arena, and like,
Mm.
and I took a gnarly one too. The one I took was pretty fire, so
Mhm.
I'm quite proud of that. You know?
I saw the clip in my research within the last couple days because professional.
What an accomplishment. Who would have thought?
Hey, I'm one of the last, because
Yeah.
not being like sad, but I'm one of the last people to ever take the Awful Waffle off Chuck Taylor. I also got bumped by Jake Roberts. I got to be one of the last people to do that,
Yep.
right?
One of Daniel
Also-
Makabe's last matches.
I'm the last person to ever beat him, unless
God damn it!
unless Brian Danielson wants to
This is
figure
just
it
flat.
out.
This is a flashback to 2 weeks ago when J Rose was just I was all drunk on Canadian pride for Daniel Makabe, and he was like, my boys beat him twice.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
listen, facts are just the facts. That's all it is. Why'd you got to do him like that? It's his final run. You couldn't just like throw him a bone.
Hey, look. All right, I bust my whole eye open in that match. I was in the Makabe lock and was doomed, and I was like, okay, if I don't get to this rope, it's a wrap, right? But like, I think this is the thing that people don't know or understand about Makabe's huge. Like, he is not a small man.
Yeah, big
he
dude.
is tall as hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of man and weight on you, dog. And so like, I have a grown adult human being on and so I drugged my eye, like my whole eye socket. So my shit was split like all the way up from that match. So I was supposed to take it easy on dog after he split my face open. How does that work, bro?
Listen, he's trying to leave his mark on the way out.
He did on my face.
I mean, I respect it. Gotta respect it.
Hey, that's fine. Him and Crew killed each other the next day, so I'd much rather take what I took.
Absolutely. You do also have the cosign of Daniel Makabe though, and we've seen the video, the Genius Plex. That's obviously a shout out, some homage. What's learning from the Genius been like for you?
He probably is gonna hate all this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So Dan,
do it.
I cannot. I won't be able to fully express how thankful and lucky I am. I was in a point in my life and career where I felt super, super lost and directionless. Like we're talking about, right? I was like, where are the people that that aren't my coaches who are going to like help me get better? Like I'm in rooms where like everyone has wrestled longer than me, and like I still feel like I'm not getting the help I need. And a lot of times, especially in wrestling, and especially when you wrestle a certain style, there are waves and there are staples of a style. And Dan took everything that he had amassed in his career, I feel like, in a lot of ways. And, our whole thing, like the idea of inheritance was real. Because the only place where Dan was loved more than in Canada was in the Southeast. Mm-hmm. And I've lived in the Southeast for almost 4 years now. And I wasn't anything in the Southeast until he made me someone in the Southeast. I don't think people even labeled me as a technician until he made that happen. Mm-hmm. And so for him to give me the time of day to wrestle me, let alone to 100% become my in-ring mentor and teach me and basically like giving me the baton to run with, because like when I say inheritance, really like he's not gone anywhere. Like I'm keeping what he did alive, and I'm just going to keep building on that, and I take that very seriously. Like this is not me just like taking someone's moves for the pops. Like I am here to evolve and expand upon the work that he laid out for me, and really pay respect to that, and pay respect to his work. And yeah, I insanely thankful for Dan. Truly a wrestling genius, truly a one of a kind talent, and yeah, I got like insanely huge shoes to fill.
Yeah. That's dope. Yeah. That's a really dope story, and I think that match, you guys, Jesus, that match with Brian, it's not off the table. I think.
No, we coming for you, Brian, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan might be gone, but like if I'm around, I'm making it happen. And I don't mean like I'm wrestling you and I'm in like the spirit. Like I'm finding you, I'm finding Dan, and we're making it happen.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it has to be Dan.
Yes, it has to be Dan. And there is no running from that. That's hey, bro. I saw what he did. Did you see how much he bled in that last match?
Yeah.
Doc. Brian. We coming for you, dog.
Foundation. It's being laid.
Just know. I hope you got a real comfy bed, dog. Sleep, it's gonna be long for you, bro.
Sorry,
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Brian, I'm on your side, Brian. Don't listen to him.
Hey,
Brian, you got this.
When Dan put them boots to you, G. Cattle mutilation. Have you seen the Macabre Lock pie, bro? Just be ready, dog. I'm just saying. I'm staying on business for my OG, bro.
Beefing with Brian Danielson is crazy.
I got to, because you know what? Now that I think about it, I didn't even think about it until just now. Brian was also supposed to wrestle my coach, Greg Burridge, in 1PW in like 2005. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, it didn't happen. And he ended up wrestling Too Cold, which is also fire.
I mean,
but I'm like, bro, you dodging, you can't be dodging all the OGs. You can't dodge all the homies. You know what I'm saying? We coming for you, Brian.
He might could dodge all the OGs though. I think he earned it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we've seen that life has came at you really fast in wrestling, D. And what did you set goals coming into this, and have you accomplished any of them?
No. So the goals I did set were all British, because
right.
Like that's, so it was like me and my tag partner Keenan Krishna, when I first started, we like use our goal, like we're going to be on Progress by this time, and we're going to do this by this. And when the pandemic happened, he was one of the guys that got on the Progress during that time period, so he got it figured out straight away. He's ill. He figured it out. But no, I haven't. I don't even know that I like knew where to start, right? Really just They were kind of like, I want to be on this show. But when you talk about like the pandemic and just everything that came with it, I just didn't know what my life was going to be, or what the trajectory in wrestling. I didn't know that wrestling was going to be as serious as it is for me, or that I would take to it as I did. But I've won a title. My first ever title, the TWE Undisputed title. I've held that for over a calendar year.
And still.
So the first one is like, been like an insanely memorable one. TWE is given me the opportunity to grow and expand and evolve in a really amazing way. That's where all of my matches with Dan happened. So it's like that's kind of the biggest one, I guess, thus far, is like my first ever title.
Honestly, TWE Chattanooga is just like between like that building is just a place that I need to step foot in at some point in my life as it is. But the amount of cool shit that just proceeds to happen there, from not like almost any promotion. Like there's so many promotions that run through there and just bring crazy dope shit through the South.
Yeah, really good energy in there.
Well, it's everyone there is a hooper certified. Do you understand me? Everyone there is a baller. Like, because the thing is standing on business for the South is like, no one gives us any respect in the South at all. All right. They think that we're lazy. They think we're just, walk around. Oh, do you know how many? I almost said some words that would affect me getting picked up somewhere. You know what? How many? You know what word I'm trying to say. So like, You know how many of them have come at me and been like, I'm gonna give you a match that you don't really get to have, right? Do you know what? Do you know
I'm
who
gonna
I'm
give
rolling
you
with,
a
bro?
match that you really
Do you know
don't
who
get
I'm
to
rolling
have.
with, bro? Do you think who is they talking to,
That's-
dog?
That's a crazy thing to say.
That is
That's
the
wild.
craziest, bro. Dog, and I'm like,
Just to people in general,
to
anyone.
talk to anyone like that, bro. And this isn't like, and I'm not just like on a run of the mill. Like this person came to me in my building at where I'm champion and was like, I got you, kid. I'm a dead bro. Like I'm a real hooper. Who is you talking
Got
to, bro?
you.
Like,
Woo.
and what is we talking about? Because if we're talking about what running and doing the moves and doing all that, like, bro, like my first school was Will Ospreay's school. What are you telling me, bro? What is you telling me? What you want to talk about entertaining? I don't know anyone that is out there doing it like Adam Priest. I don't know anyone that's out doing roads like, I don't know, Jaden Newman. You want to talk about the sound like we didn't give you AC Mack? Because I saw AC Mack beat Alex Shelley for the title in person. I knew what that energy was. But they want to come to me and talk about what they can do for me. You know what someone from the North has done for me in my building? Not a damn thing. Nothing. All right. So standing on business for the South, we got the illest, realest ballers in the industry.
Absolutely.
WWE is the heart of that.
WWA 4 is literally just a dope wrestler school.
Come
Like,
on.
It's just a we make great wrestlers here factory.
Just back to back to back.
Teriyaki,
WWA 4.
Rico.
They're
Like
the skull.
it go on for days.
Mr. Danger. That is where AC
This-
Mack came from. That is where Sean Dean started. That is where Alan Angels came from.
Mhm.
And you want to talk about them? How many of them also went to the Nightmare Factory? And how many
Yep.
people we have from the Nightmare Factory? Like, do you really want, like, how could you even pretend? Like, it isn't popping where we are right now.
Well, Nightmare Factory is a place where, you know, like there's people who will come to the South from out of the South to train there.
Definitely.
Hayden Backlund is someone who, is a Buffalo guy that he's near and dear to my heart. And I know that he's been there. I think Burke Havoc was out, was there.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Yeah,
both of them, we train all in the same building.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're all over the country, and those are the people, because you see Backlund in Buffalo, you see Backlund in Canada, you see Backlund in Chicago, you see Backlund in Cleveland. He's all over the place. Yeah. So how can we have our fingertips literally all over the entire map, but our scene ain't got no hoopers? Come on now, be real. Grow up. Grow up. What are we doing?
What is this energy?
The best wrestler in the country, all right?
Andre 3000 said in 1995, the South got something to say. They still got something to say. Why are people not listening? I don't get it.
Hey, independent world champion. He's from the South. That's kind of crazy. Hey man, where's the Pan African belt? Where's the Pan African belt right now? Is that in the South?
I believe Shug D is in the South.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Okay, I thought so.
Why do you guys still not getting any love? You think?
I think what it is kids don't know how to work, man. Kids don't know how to work. Down in the South, we know how it's done. You know what I'm saying? I think it is the audiences are different, which is a huge thing.
Oh, big time.
The crowds you are going to see value a different thing. And there is a way, wrestling is all about, like, we all have the same, it's all a medium. Right? It's all the same art form, which is about how do we radiate with an audience? How do we connect with people? How do we tell this dance and this story through fighting? How do we, you know what I'm saying? And what I think the South does is it makes its investment in the people, right? Whereas, like, I feel like a lot of other places can catch almost more of like a vibe. So then it's like we might have 30 of the most talented dudes, but like they might all be running the same thing. And that's not specific to any region. That's just kind of wrestling, right? Like we're going to chase trends. It's 2019. We're doing pump kicks. You know what I'm saying? Like
totally. We're
going to chase the trend because cutters, because we pay attention to what's getting I'm not, and that's not me advocating.
It's the trigger word.
That's not me advocating, right? And listen,
Cutter gets me.
And listen, DDP got me set up with my first apartment in Atlanta. I know. QT Marshall is my coach. Diamond Cutters is in my blood. It's in my DNA.
Yeah.
But look, when they were doing them, they were like the only people doing them.
I feel you. Like I said, I was in London. I've seen an Oz Cutter in real life from the source. You know what I'm saying?
if you're a brand new wrestler, why are you doing the same moves that everyone else? Like you got the cleanest slate in the world. You can do anything in the world that you want. You can make up moves. You can do anything. And they're like, nah, I want to do the Os Cutter. But everyone on the card's doing the Os Cutter, kid.
I once saw someone in the same match with Jay Malachi, rest his soul, right? With Jay Malachi, do a Malacutter. Same match as him. You're in the same match as him.
He's right there.
Oh no, I got it. I could definitely do one as good as him. What are you doing? Grow up. What are we doing, bro? Well, what do I know? I'm just a guy in the South. Just a guy in the South, man. We don't know nothing. We don't know how to work. We're just
Nah, shout out to your Adam Priest shout out, because that guy.
Is he not the best? Is he not the guy?
Man, I don't know. A lot of people that can.
Who got aura like him?
When it's like bell to bell, let's rock. It's not a lot.
Who got aura like Lemon Pepper Priest?
I just watched him work against Vinny, and it was all heat, straight heat.
There's a dog. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw what you did to my boy, bro. I'm coming for you. Hey, bro. Listen here. And I seen you liking Nick Xander's tweets and stuff. Nick Xander, bro. Let me catch y'all, dog. It's gonna be one. Let me catch y'all, bro. I'm gonna send Priest on you. The Lemon Pepper Princess is coming for that ass. You're gonna have to find out. For real. For real.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't plan on this.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. That's the energy. It's a long time. You know what I mean? When you feel like you and your region have been doing the work and people are still like, not enough. It's like, well, what do you mean not enough? We're out here like really doing it.
How many records can my records break? I just don't get it.
Mike, you're not coming through at all.
Did it again.
I hate.
Yeah, I was like, I can't hear you.
I'm an idiot. How long have I been muted for?
It's been like 2 minutes, maybe.
Oh, only that long?
Yeah, not
okay.
maybe.
Okay, that's that. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna just.
I don't remember the last thing you said.
I don't know. I definitely did it so I could pick up my drink and you wouldn't hear the ice cubes clanking around in the cup.
God.
And then I must have not pressed it when I thought I did, because
damn clankers.
Me and my mute button today are we're feuding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm getting squashed by the mute button today.
Yeah, your mute button is the north to Darian.
Yeah, but no. So what I was trying to say, because you were mentioning, the South, the South just being one of those places where like, hey, we're here, and I was saying, hey, I live in Canada, so I resonate with that quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We're like this whole place where every now and then some Americans will come up here and they'll wrestle some people up this way and go, oh shit, these guys are really good. And it's like, yeah, they can't cross your border, so you don't know about them.
Like the best wrestler of this generation arguably is from Canada. Shut up.
Yeah, shut up, Makabe, bro.
Oh, not Daniel Makabe. Kenny Omega. Come on.
Oh.
Like the generation, he defines the generation. Like,
yeah.
That's fair.
I just say no business. I feel you though.
That's fair.
West Coast Pro, let me give it up too. This Sunday, I was just trying to find something to plug. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be at Vinny's thing this Sunday. It's gonna be Vinny's birthday. There's gonna be some wrestling.
Oh what?
I might rap. I don't know.
What's Vinny doing this Sunday? Like having where is it?
It's gonna be at the West Coast Training Academy.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if it's gonna be broadcast, but he was like, wrestlers, if you're in the area, come through. You can maybe get a match. There's gonna be prizes. There's gonna be like a giveaway charity thing. It's gonna be pretty dope.
It's gonna be like the big Toko kickback, but Vinny style. That's crazy.
1,000%.
I love that.
You said it. You did it. Yeah, exactly.
I love that. That's so fire.
That's exactly what it is.
We eating pizza, big dog. I'm ready.
I'm excited.
What we need to do, Reg, is I need to get you one of these we need to somehow get you one of these cameras.
I need one, yeah.
So we can have the like Indeed vlogs from when you go to do shit too, and not just my Canadian adventures.
I mean, do we need like 2 hours worth of me getting high?
That's all mine are.
I guess, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I trim it down to 15 minutes of getting high.
I don't know. Some wrestlers we want to keep it low.
Yeah. No, my favorite is always when people just like they know my camera's out, they grab it, they smoke, and they're just like, "Oh, this is CBD."
Yeah, dog. We're really gonna be smoking CBD out here, big dog.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you, people were getting nervous at Wally Mania when them cameras came backstage. I'll tell you that.
I'm saying,
People
yo,
was like,
the movement started. The energy was wild. There's a big shift back there. Man, backstage at Wally Mania was insane. Jesus, things are.
Look, I know we do this whole thing sometimes where we match announcements end up happening while we're live on the show.
Okay.
Still waiting for J Rose to drop some match announcements. What the hell, J Rose? But
yeah, come on, shorty.
So someone DM'd me one, so I'm gonna pull this one up real quick because it's pretty cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? There we go.
About that.
It's happening at the Violence and Suffering Arrival 2 show.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Let me pull this overlay down because that's in the way.
Okay, yes.
But it's the TNA Showcase.
Wow. The best independent women's wrestler. Do you consider? I guess she signed, so no. The best TNA women's wrestler, Masha Slamovich, is wrestling.
Damn.
Maybe the best TNA wrestler in general, honestly.
Hey, I am not Masha. I'm telling Masha is the best wrestler in the world.
She's at least top 5.
I'm not winning that fight if she disagrees. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah. So that one came up. That's fucking crazy.
That's
so fire.
Interesting always to me, like seeing like the branding of TNA actually being like, yeah, we'll give you a showcase match on your show, independent promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which
they need it.
I like that. I like that a lot. VXS does some cool stuff. Skate culture, music culture, wrestling culture, all kind of collaborating into one thing.
They're awesome. I'm super happy that they're back and their show announcements have been great. J Rose says typing it now. I don't know what that means. The announcement could
typing
be
it now.
Time.
Oh, okay.
Internet.
I have something if we need to stall.
Oh yeah. Please go ahead, vamp.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow my match against Robbie Eagles is happening, but more importantly, personally, is the infantry finally gets their shot at the Ring of Honor tag titles. I got to talk about Carly Bravo, Sean Dean, Trish Adora, against the Kingdom.
Yes.
They're going to be the new champions. They're the most popular tag team in Ring of Honor. They're the most popular tag team in AEW. They're the most popular tag team straight up. Awesome. I don't know. 3 for real American heroes. All right. American heroes. Do you understand me? Bravo did two combat tours. We're talking about the real deal. All right. You think they're afraid of that, dog? What are we talking about? Infantry, new Ring of Honor tag champions. It's a wrap. Fire.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I ain't afraid. Hey, bro. They cooking me right now. I'm on the phone with the leakers, bro. Come get me.
the leakers.
Please don't say that because I don't want to be attached to any of that. Leave me out. I was off the guy when the call came through. I left.
Yeah, no. What? Hang on. No. I don't have sources.
I don't know the leakers, man.
Hey, all I know is that's like the most talented group of individuals I know, and they're some of my best friends in the world and some of the best people I know. And their talents are so undeniable that I am more than confident enough to say it because inevitably they will have tag gold because they them.
I've seen prior to this current run that they've been on together, like I've seen obviously like Carly Bravo on some like indies that I've watched streams of from the South. And when I found out that him and Sean Dean are a tag team, it was like the only thing I could think about. I think the first time I saw them tag was like a Battle Slam show. I was like, why is Sean Dean a singles wrestler? Carly Bravo on TV with them, and I'm glad. It's just cool seeing like all of that, and same like Trish Adora is someone we used to talk about here regularly on the show because she worked a whole shitload of indies all the time, and I don't know. It's always cool when we don't get to talk about people anymore because they don't work really many indie shows anymore. But it's not
Exactly.
because they're not wrestling. It's just because they're like
Right.
on TV and just
Well,
living a life doing it now. It's great.
definitely. One indie that she did do recently, last night,
True.
Grab House Chopped and Screwed.
Ooh.
Trish Adora versus Papa Yase. That match is so crazy. Do you understand me?
sick.
That match is so crazy. They go so wild, dog. I'm telling you. IWTV now. Trish
That's
is the
great.
one, man.
That's crazy. Earlier, Mike had said Battle Slam. Did you work the last Battle Slam show, Darian?
No, I didn't. No, I did not. I did not. Didn't get an invite, nothing.
No?
No. I did, however, work Ashe that weekend.
That's
I
dope.
love
Let's talk
Ashe.
about
Ashe's
that. Let's
fire.
talk about that.
Darius Lockhart is the man.
The best.
Caprice Coleman as our commissioner is very crazy. He gave that rat bastard Owen Knight what he deserves. I am so proud to be a part of Ashe and to work on that show. And dog, we had Shelton Benjamin versus Jonathan Gresham main event. What are we talking about? Are we for real, bro? Are we for real? Come on. So
Come on.
yeah. Go up. What are we doing?
I need a full interview with Lockhart pretty soon here because what they're doing over there is incredible. It's like it's kind of like your aesthetics that you give up. It's like an encompassing thing more than just like the regular what we think pro wrestling is, presented in a whole different way.
Absolutely. Because that's the thing, right? Like our jobs as performers, right? Reg, like obviously yourself included, is like it's about making who you are palatable and bite-sized for people. That's all we do when we create art. And Lockhart, as the curator of this product, has made something that is palatable for everyone, whether or not you like wrestling, if you're familiar with wrestling, because it hits all the things that human beings like to consume.
Right.
Fire product. Amazing show.
Incredible. Did J Rose drop that? J Rose, we're trying to end this on a good note.
Yeah,
and we
I'm
need your
just
help.
sitting here refreshing the Nap Twitter account. Like, type
I'm gonna just start calling people out, and so
one of them will hit right eventually. Cling, 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 cling.
Yeah, all right. In
Hey, look.
Naptown All Pro, these are the people that I want to play.
Now that you're done with Cole Radrick,
UFC style call out, do it.
that was those videos, by the way. You and a chair were that was some, the performing arts background. You definitely paying dividends in those.
It's coming out.
I wish it was. That was just me talking for real. I hate Cole Radrick, dog. I hate Cole Radrick almost as much as I hate Nick Xander.
Oh no. I love you, Cole. Get well soon,
Cole,
buddy.
Listen, that's the game, Cole.
Get well soon so I can beat that ass again, dog. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Heal up so I can put the ones and twos to you, bro. I swear. Cole Radrick, Nick Xander, Owen Knight, Suge D. That's like the Mount Rushmore. Hater, corny. Hold on, yeah. All right, I'm gonna leave it at
that. Things got intense there. You got some built-up hatred in there, I think.
Yeah, Suge D, I'm coming for that head top. I'm beating you silly, dog. Do you understand me?
Oh, well,
are you gonna win that belt?
Look what hey, we could talk about that, or we could talk about this.
Thanks, J Rose.
Thank you, J Rose. Thank you. We love you, J Rose. We're sorry for pressuring you to
we're just
to type so fast.
Whatever.
We were just so excited for this announcement. God damn,
drop us out of there.
Look at that. Darian Bengston versus Ken.
Oh, let's go. Yeah. Hey, Darian Bengston wanted a fight, and I think he got one.
I do believe this. I do believe
you
this.
You didn't have to call anybody out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's right there on the screen. How you feel? How you feel?
This is a pleasant surprise. Ken Broadway, very fire since Hooper. I think maybe relocating to the Midwest. Maybe Ken Broadway from New York, right?
Yep.
That's where I think.
I believe that's where Broadway is. Yes.
I think might be like based out of St. Louis or something now, but very fire. Has been a new addition to Naptown. There's been a lot of like St. Louis like influence lately, right? Camaro Jackson's been on the show, and I just, So I watched Ken and Doris and Josh Crane, triple threat. And I did some scouting. I've done some scouting. I've been looking, you know what I'm saying? And
so what you're saying is Broadway's new here, so he's coming to make an impact. And if you want to make an impact in Nap, it's a good way to do it, I think. Getting a win over what they would call a vet, you know?
Get the win. Wow, you're just gonna.
I'm just saying all the scenarios. Just all the scenarios. I said I'm not saying he's gonna get the win. I'm just saying like he could get the win. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, just checking.
That's it.
Just checking.
That would, that would be a great way for Ken Broadway, the very experienced and accomplished wrestler that he is, to come in and cement himself and to make a name, would to be by beating me. But unfortunately for him, I am me, and I'm gonna have to see you there, buddy. So I guess we did. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
All right. Well, man, I'm sad because I'm like, I know someone who would be willing to drive down to Nap from here. And I was like, yeah, this show is literally on this Sunday that I'm already doing.
Oh, you're already booked.
I'm already around and traveling.
Are you booked to give Ken Broadway a big boot? The people got to know. The people got to know.
Listen.
TBD. TBD.
J Rose is listening hard back there.
Yeah. J Rose is like, when, Mike? When?
It's you versus Von Wagner if J Rose has his way.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll have to come on. I'll have to come down on Tuesday.
Yeah,
Mike versus Von Wagner is crazy.
We already discussing
the finish
that with
is double big boot, right?
Naptown All Pro presents come Tuesday.
Double big boot for the finish, and they both the 10 count. Terrible finish. Terrible finish, but
Oh my god. Yeah. There, if you there you go. That's what I'll do, J Rose. If you can book Von Wagner and him and I can concerto someone with big boots.
Oh, now we're talking. Okay, hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Now we're cooking with fire, I think.
Then I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll hitchhike if I have to. Yeah.
The concerto with big boots. That's a spot.
Yeah.
Eyeball fly out. Like,
this thing's everywhere.
Will look like a RoboCop death. Like,
and if you got real money, you bring in Sid and Kevin Nash also, and then it's a 4-way.
Oh, Test? Oh, doing a seance on homie's head.
I'm like, Test is dead.
Yeah, but what a big boot. Am I right?
I'm great. Big boot, one of the best ever. Yeah.
True. Also from my my original neck of the woods in Whitby, Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do it for Test, man.
Do it for Test.
This
is a test.
Oh, damn it. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
J Rose, write this down. I hope you've been writing all this down.
One day, one big boot for Test. Mm-hmm. I'll do it for Test.
Got to.
Yeah. Do it for Test.
Oh my fucking god.
Rest in peace.
Darian, where can the people find you?
The people can find me. They can find me at Naptown All Pro kicking Ken Broadway's ass. They can find me at Grab House kicking Alpha Zoe's ass. They can find me. Sorry?
Relax on that second part.
No, I'm relaxed. I'm gonna kick his ass. We got that. Shug D at TWE. I'm knocking them dreads off, big dog. Where else am I missing? Robbie Eagles, dog. I'm sending you back down under. It's Shane, dog. I'm sorry.
I like all these people, and you're talking crazy. I don't know.
I'm not talking crazy. It's the job.
Is
my job not to beat them in matches?
You're right.
I love the confidence.
I'm sorry for interfering. Go ahead, continue.
Hey, look. I understand that all I am is
I protected my friends when D was talking crazy on the show. Like I was like, yeah, I went to bat for you because he was talking crazy.
And your friends beat up my friends. So you know what? I got to get even. I am my brother's keeper, dog.
Respect, honestly.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So those places, Darian Bengston on Twitter, X, Laura Bengston on Instagram, and yeah.
Hell yeah. What you got anything coming up? Where can people find you at, Reg?
I'm gonna be at the Vinny thing this Sunday. Definitely check that out. Grapsity, Ask Grapsity this week. Denise tonight, post show. Something else is coming up that I don't know, but you'll find out. I'm always here. I'm everywhere. I appreciate y'all.
I have giga shit to say at the end of the show today, so I'm sorry to everybody who's expecting to get out of here in the next like 30 seconds. But happy birthday, Big Ben Ortmans, friend of the show, promoter, owner, Crossbody Pro Wrestling. I love you, dude. Also, just wanted to give some love to Krystal Moon, Matthew Grant, JT Kirk, and Aaron Grant. They got in a car accident on the way to some bookings on the weekend.
Oh no!
Front of the car got demoed. They're going to be they're all alive and well.
Okay, that's good.
But they're banged up, so they're going to be missing some shows for a while. Their merch links, their pro wrestling tees, their PayPal are all in the video description. If you wouldn't mind showing them some love, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, sending out love to them, man. That's so scary. But we know some Buffalo boys that came out even better after a car accident. So harness some of that energy and you'll come out on the other side better. Happy that everybody came out happy and healthy or whatever they did out of this, because that's so scary.
Absolutely. And then for myself, where I'll be, what I'm doing, Twitter's right there. It's actually the same username for everything. So just any social media, type in Mike from Indy. That's me. I'm the only one. Where I'll be at next week, August 16th, Fighting Back C4, one of the most awesome fucking charity shows out there. They've raised like $750,000 for cancer research in the last 12 years now. I'll be there for that one. First time ever, Speedball versus Dijak. Let's fucking go.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. The day after that, Destiny Wrestling, Oshawa, Ontario. So come say hi to me there. And then Smash
Why
Wrestling.
does Mike have a wrestler schedule? What's going on?
And then I'm going to go to Smash Wrestling in London on the 18th. But more importantly than everything, August 11th, Friends of Fuerza present Free Palestine Pro Wrestling, live pro wrestling to benefit Palestinian relief. Come to the show. Free Palestine. See you next week. Love you. Bye.